I'm here in Gothenburg. I went here from Stockholm to support the cause. And the most important thing is that this is not a Muslim or Islamistic threat. This is a cry for help. The social services do take children, and they do it without cause most of the time. They don't follow the law because the law is clear. We have a great law. Some mistakes are made in the law, but in general it's good. And if they would follow the law, this would never happen. The most important thing before they take a child is that first they have to do everything to help the family. That is according to law. They have to first help the family and the children. And if the children and the family, first and foremost the family, doesn't accept this help and they don't want to change and they ignore what the social services says, then maybe you can take the children. But it has to be a concrete risk. It has to be a proven risk. It can't be like we think maybe this happened. They have to be sure. And they are not sure most of the time. And the social services reason for existence, that they even exist in Sweden, is that they should help their citizens. They should help and support their citizens. They should support children. They should support people with disabilities. They should support old people and people with drug problems. That's why they are there. Ska man först hjälpa familjen? Hur många har fått hjälp? Hur många har fått hjälp? Har ni fått den hjälpen ni ska få? I have finally, after 2 years, received help. But that help is gonna take, I don't know how long they want to continue with this before they think it's good enough. That I'm good enough. It's not enough that you say, I understand what you're saying. And in my case, what they think I was lacking was attachment, the correct attachment to my children. And one social secretary was with me and my children in one little room for 30 minutes. And in 30 minutes, this social secretary could determine that I had not been able to meet my children since they were newly born. She had never met us before. Yeah. Never seen me and my kids before. But she knew after 30 minutes in a little room with a camera and 2 social secretaries staring at you. She knew it. She could see. They couldn't think like maybe this mother is uncomfortable. Maybe these kids are uncomfortable. Maybe this situation is strange. And there is an attachment goes to court has been written by 70 of the greatest attachment psychologists and professors in the world. Attachment goes to court. They all agree that to decide if there is a broken attachment or any problem in attachment, it takes a long time. And it has to be a professional psychologist with clues and in understanding about attachment, that to determine this. And you have to take in account that maybe the kid is sad that day, maybe the kid is hungry or tired or normal things. And what happens when they take your kids is that they actually lie. In my case, they lie and they make up things, and my social services, they think I'm a pain in the ass because I complain and I question what they do, and they don't want to answer my questions, and they don't care basically, and they don't care about my children at all. They never cared. They just want to punish me for asking for help. And that's why they took my children, because I asked them for help.
So what do they care about, in your opinion?
They care about being right. And yes, because in my case, it has been proven what I stated, and they don't want to admit that they've been wrong. They have to be right, and they don't want to change their mind, basically. They have done nothing wrong. I am the one to blame.
And what do they benefit from keeping the kids?
The thing is, because they talk a lot about making money on kids, and what is interesting is this. It's very easily accessible information, alla bolag. You write HVB, and you find out how much they make. That's just the first way to find out how much money it is. My kids cost 3,000 per day. 3,000 per day per kid. But they can pay up to 22,500. That's what they paid for the kid that died. They paid 22,500 for the kid per day for the kid that died, and still there was nobody there, and he drowned because he was on his own. So it's easily accessible information about the money. Someone is making money, and it's not maybe as easy to see the corruption, because I'm sure it's hidden, and if it's even possible to prove, maybe it's not. I cannot say for sure. I know there is a lot of money, and that's a fact. I think that the best way is to ask to be placed with your children according to the 11th paragraph, paragraph 11, LVU, to be placed with your kids in utredningshem, treatment home, where they have treatment, and they can investigate if you have those problems they think. And then you get a lawyer, your child get a lawyer, and they can't, it's not as hard that everything has to be perfect. And it's no risk in that type of home because it's under surveillance. But I guess you have to accept to be under surveillance.